All right.
All right, so we are on page 13. Homework was 16 to 32 even. That's all right. Okay, I'm going to give you the answers for those that are on distance learning. Get your homework out and check these answers. 16 was a big number. 2,744. If you have questions, let me know. The first few, in my opinion, were very basic. Do y'all agree? Okay. You needed a calculator unless you wanted to do the math. Everybody got that right? Okay. All right, next one. 18. 11. You multiply first, and then you say 35 minus 24, and you get 11. Any questions on 18? Yes, sir.
I think I did something completely wrong because I'm getting like fractions for my answer.
Okay, what did you do?
I did P, it says P13. That's what I did. That's what I was doing.
You should be on page 13, not P13.
Oh, yeah, I was not on page 13.
Okay. All right, so I need to go over and see what you did. Just follow along for now.
Yeah, I did P13.
Okay. Just follow along. All right, look at number 20. Answer to number 20 is 42. There's no parentheses here. Exponent, 8 to the third power. And you do the math and you get 42. How'd we do so far? Okay, pretty basic. 22, 5. Parentheses, 11 times 7 is 77. And then you do 9 times 8, and you subtract, and you get 5. We good? Okay. All right, 24, 150. All right, that one's really easy. All right, 26. What'd y'all get? Oh, never mind, I already showed you. 2. Was that one hard? You really had to use your steps though. Okay. Inside the parentheses, do y'all see the bracket? Okay. I did not go over that. But you really start inside. You do 3 squared, which is 9. Do you want me to do this one? Anybody want me to do it? Yeah, okay. All right, let's look at 26. All right. 108 divided by bracket, which is just another parentheses. 9 plus 3 squared. Go from there. Okay, so we have parentheses. Inside the parentheses, we have an exponent. So let's do 3 squared, 9 plus 9. And I am going to bring everything down. Okay, what's my next step? What do I do next? Somebody said it over here. 9 plus 9. Okay, so what's 9 plus 9? 18. That's inside the parentheses. I still have the 3. All right, now what? Right, because this still acts like a parenthesis. So what is 3 times 8? No, 3 times 8. There you go. Remember what I said? I think I said it to y'all. If you don't know, do the math to the side. 8 times 3 is 24. And there you go. Sorry, my distance learners, that's my scribble. 108 divided by 54. And now you're just doing math. 108 divided by 54 is 2. $28. The answer to that one is 7. How'd we do on that one? Yes.
I put 7/1.
7/1 is 7.
Okay.
Preferably, I just want 7. Multiple choice, obviously, would you recognize it as being 7? Okay. So just watch out for that. Good question. All right. 30. 68. How'd y'all do on these? 30 and 32. You're just substituting, right? You remember that? Substituting. That's going to come up again today a little bit. Did everybody get 30 right? 68? All right. 32. Anybody want to volunteer before I show you? Tyler? 9. Who got 9? Awesome. So you just substitute. You had a lot of math there. You want me to do that one? Okay. I'm actually going to do it on a different page. Is everybody good? Can I leave this? Okay. All right, 32. R squared plus parentheses g to the third minus 8 to the 5th power. Okay, R is what? Y'all tell me what these are. R is 3, G is 2, and that's it, right? Yeah, T is not in this problem. All right, so I'm going to rewrite it. R squared, 3 squared, plus G to the third, 2 to the third, minus 8 to the 5th power. All right, inside the parentheses first. What is 2 to the 3rd power? 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Y'all awake? Okay. 8 minus 8, that's easy. What is that? 0. Bring everything down. What is 0 to the 5th power?
0.
Okay. And 3 squared is simply 9. Good? Okay. All right, let's look at we're good on time. I'm going to briefly review the properties. Turn to page 16 in your book.
Is there any faster way, like, once we get the higher number of pages, how are we gonna, we just keep clicking on it?
You can change the numbers on that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But when we hit like 100 and stuff.
Yeah, you don't have to. If you start and you open this up, you can type it. All right, let me actually, I'm going to change to a regular book. It'll be bigger. All right, somebody tell me in your own words, what is the reflexive property? What word do you hear when I say reflexive? Yeah, reflection. Somebody said it. Your reflection in the mirror is the exact same. So reflexive property is literally 4 equals 4. Okay? I'm not sure if you read my agenda or not on LMS. For now, I am not going to give you assessment on section 1.3. Okay, we're going to come back to this. So your quiz, FYI, is Monday, will not be on section 3. Okay? Y'all hear that? Quiz is what day? All right, but I'm going to go over these very briefly. Reflexive, you hear the word reflection. The next one is symmetric. Symmetry, right? If something is symmetric, what does that mean? If I cut a line right down the middle, it should be the mirror image, right? So if you look at the symbols, for any numbers A and B, if A is equal to B, B is equal to A. Or for an example, 8 equals 2 plus 6, then 2 plus 6 equals 8. Do y'all see the symmetric? It's just flipping, okay? Transitive property, you have A, B, and C. This is a little wordy, but if A equals B and B equals C, therefore A is equal to C, okay? And substitution we talked about on Monday. It's replacing something for another expression, okay? That one, in my opinion, is probably the easiest. You will use that a lot. Okay, going down to the, you can't see me, let's see. There we go. All right, additive property. What word do you see right here? Looks like addition, right? Identity. Additive identity. If 2 plus 0 is always going to equal what, guys? 2. That is an addition example where it's going to equal itself. Any number plus 0 will be that number. You learned that in kindergarten. Okay? There's just a name for it, and it's called additive identity. Additive inverse is kind of the opposite. So what's the opposite of 5? Negative 5. So if you have 5 and negative 5, they're going to equal what? 0. 3, negative 3 will always equal 0. 25, negative 25 will always equal 0. Okay? Aren't you glad we're not testing on this? Okay. Talking about multiplicative identity. Any number times 1 is always itself. Okay, something else you probably learned in 3rd grade when you started learning multiplication symbols. Those were the ones you wanted on every test, right? 10 times 1 is what? 10. Multiplicative identity. Okay. Multiplicative property of 0. Another problem you always want. Any number times 0 is always and forever will be 0. And the inverse is a little tricky. It has to do with more reciprocals. Let's actually look at the example. Do you remember what a reciprocal is? You flip it. So 4/5, the reciprocal is 5/4. And if you multiply those two together, you remember cross multiplying, the cool stuff, when you start Xing stuff out, you're going to get 1. I'm going to kind of leave that alone for now. All right, turn the page. In my opinion, 2 of the most important. My son is actually studying for the SAT, and you won't believe this stuff is on the SAT. I was floored. I'm like, wow, I'm actually getting ready to teach that. Commutative property. Have you heard that before? Associative property. Okay, that should be very familiar. A quick review. I like to show them by examples. 4 plus 8 equals 8 plus 4. Also applies to addition. 7 times 11 equals 11 times 7. This is common sense, but you might be given a problem, a math problem that says, what property is this? And you will need to say commutative. Remember, I'm not quizzing you on this right now, but I am going to go over it very briefly. And lastly, associative property. You remember when you move the parentheses around? That's how I learned it. I remember learning. You're just rearranging numbers. Here, 3 plus 5 parentheses plus 7 equals, all I did was move the parentheses, okay? Numbers and operations stayed the same. That is associative property. Exciting stuff, right? It's okay, I get it. All right, I'm gonna move this book. We're gonna move on to section 1.4. Please get out your notebook and go to your notes section. I was gonna give you a table with the properties on there, but I'm gonna wait for that because I'm gonna do a separate quiz on it. What you need, Tyler, for your homework. Actually, let's see if you can get your homework done in class. Okay, so you don't, I was gonna say, have someone screenshot the pages and send it to you. Oh, never mind. Abigail, that's the one I needed. Let's get your homework done today. And if you don't get it done, have somebody close to you screenshot the pages. You're so smart. Okay. All right, let's move on. Lesson 1.4. This is one of my favorite units. This is another property. Lesson 1.4, distributive property. Okay, who wants to, in their own words, tell me what they think it is? You did it a little bit last year. What word do you see? Distribute. What does that mean?
Give out.
Give out. Very good. So what we're going to do is, using our order of operations, we're going to learn how to distribute expressions and numbers. Sometimes with variables, sometimes not. Okay? All right, look in your book on page 23. And I am on example 1. It says evaluate expressions. So at the very top, there is a table, and it says, is that in your book? It says, John burns approximately 420 calories. Okay, let's read that. Don't write it down, just listen and read along with me. He burns 420 calories per hour by surfing. Does that sound like a lot to you? That's about, so I usually run, if I run for an hour, I burn between like 600 and 700 calories. So that's about right. Surfing's hard. Has anyone gone surfing? It is really hard. It's exhausting. Like, it looks easier. Oh my goodness, it is not easy. So I know y'all wanted to know your math teacher surfed, but I've done it before. And I busted and got a scar on my eye too to prove it. Okay, the chart below shows the time he spent surfing in 1 week. So Monday, an hour, Tuesday, half an hour, therefore 30 minutes. Didn't surf Wednesday or Friday. And his longest surfing was on Sunday. All right. Going to example 1. There are 2 methods you could use to calculate the number of calories he burned in a week. You could find the total time spent surfing and then multiply it by the calories burned per hour, which is right here. in method 1. In the parentheses, you have 1, a half, 1, 2, and 2 1/2. And if you add all that together, you actually get 7. Multiply that by 420, and you get 2,940 calories. Another way is to individually by day say on Monday, 420 times 1 plus 420 times a half. Not going to do 0 because 420 times 0 is what? 0. And so forth. So there's 2 different ways. They're actually, believe it or not, going from method 1 to method 2 is showing the distributive property. Okay? Looking at this property, the symbols and examples. And I'm going to let you read this in your book. I'm not going to write it down. For any number A, B, and C, you have the following. The letter A, everybody look at A. You can look at my finger if you will. A is the value getting distributed. You have A times B and A times C. Okay, let's begin by doing an example, and it will become very easy. So the directions are going to be use the distributive property to find the value. I want you to watch what I'm going to do. I want to see this in your notes. I am going to distribute this number 4. So therefore, I'm going to go 4 times 3. And then I'm going to say 4 times 10. And now you just do the math. Guys, what is 4 times 3? 12. So I have 12 plus, what's 4 times 10? 40. And you add those together, 12. I'm going to do my math over here because I'm not ashamed to say that I need that. Answer's 52. Okay, that was pretty easy. Okay, I'm going to give you another example and you're going to see the difference in, look at example 2. What is the difference in example 1 and 2? There's a variable, good. I'm going to be honest and I'm going to tell you, you're not going to have many of these. What number is going to be distributed?
7.
7, okay? 7 times 3W. What is that? 21W. You have 7 times 3 is 21, and you simply carry the W, okay? Minus, bring the minus down, subtraction, sorry. I also am going to do 7 times 5, and 7 times 5 is 35. And this is your answer, that's all you do. Why can I not simplify that anymore?
Because it's a variable.
Okay, it's like apples and oranges. Y'all think about, those are two separate fruits, right? They're not the same, right? 21W is by itself. There's no more W's. This is a number without a variable. You are done. Okay, there's nothing else you can do. All right, I want you to try this one by yourself. Eight plus 4n in parentheses times 2. Locate the number that will be distributed. What is it? 2. If you're a creature of habit, I kind of am myself. If you want to rewrite this, you can. You don't have to. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 4n is 8n. You are done. Same thing over here. 2 times 8. Who got it right? Good. All right. Let's do one more. I'm gonna. All right, you got some negatives here. You are distributing this -5. You have 3 expressions to distribute. Do the math. See how you do. And remember those apples and oranges, okay? Your answer should have 3 terms. And if you don't know what I mean by that, I will show you in the answer, okay? Anybody want to volunteer and give me what you got? No takers? Okay. -5 times 3x squared. -5 times 3 is -15. And I'm simply just going to write x squared. What's -5 times -5? Positive 25. Watch your negatives there. And you just write x. -5 times +2 is -10. Now everybody look up here real quick. Okay, pencils down real quick. I want to make sure you're remembering your negatives. I have -5 times 2. I can either write -10 or that. Is everybody good with that? Okay. Here's my answer. Why can I not simplify anymore?
Because trying to add the 15 and 25, you can't just do the exponent.
Right. What makes this different than this? The exponent. It's, again, apples and oranges. Give me another fruit. Bananas. Apples, oranges, bananas. Nothing alike. I'm saying all that because you're getting ready to simplify, okay? Or is everybody okay with that? All right, I'm gonna move on. All right. All right, example 5. These directions are now going to say simplify. So in your homework, this would just be like another section, okay? I personally like these. This is when I like to see, you're going to see growth as you do your classwork and homework today. I promise. You're going to be like, this is actually not very hard. Okay, what you're learning is the order of operations that we've learned is all going to come together. And I don't know, this is a good lesson. All right, so look at this, simplify. You have two terms. The directions simply say simplify. Okay, I'm going to show you this two ways. Who knows the answer? I mean, Tyler. 42U. How did you get that?
Added it.
Okay, the first way is you're adding like terms. Aren't these the same? These are like apples and apples. I have you and you. And the answer was 42U. Another way, what do both terms have in common? They both have you. You're going to, in my opinion, this is more work. I know you're looking at me like, why are you doing that? I'm just doing it because I'm supposed to, and it will help you. But this is also correct, okay? I'm taking out the U, and now you can add, what's 17 plus 25? You get 42, and then you have the U out here, and you're going to rewrite it to 42U. More work, same answer. But you want to look at the second way, just to notice they both share a U. But this is easier, y'all agree, right? Way easier. All right, look at number 6. 6t squared plus 3t minus t. Keep in mind, I'm writing my variable t different than my addition symbol, okay? Directions are simplify. And there's really just one step here. Do y'all remember? Let me give you a hint. What number is understood to be in front of a variable that is never written? A 1. Let me give you my advice. If it helps you, guys, write it. We have like terms, okay? We have 3t and 1t. What's 3 minus 1? 2. Here's your answer. 6t squared plus 2t. And that's it. I'm going to give you 2 to work on your, for you to do by yourself. Hold on 1 second, I'm gonna put it right back. So do 7 and 8. And I'm gonna try and trick you on one. Here. Y'all ready? All right, number 7. Anybody want to do it? Oh, don't tell me. Okay, tell me.
Haley,
Oh my goodness, go for it.
9a plus 4 minus 6a squared.
Okay, be careful. Look at what is in front of the 2. Did you say 9a? Okay, so change it real quick. It's not 9, but it's going to be what? 5, good. 5a plus 4 minus 6a squared. Okay, we're not done with that though. Everything is simplified, right? I can't add, there's no more a's, there's no more numbers, and there's no more a squared. But one thing I need y'all to get in the habit of, and it's my job, I'll make sure, is kind of writing this in order. Okay, normally it's written like that, where you have terms with exponents going kind of the decreasing, if you will, order. So you have a squared, then you have a, and then you have your number value. Who got this right there? You don't have to have it in the order. Okay. Watch your signs. Okay. Number 8. Is there anything we could have done in number 8? It was done, right? All you need to say is, this was already simplified. Done. You see how the exponents are in order b squared, b, and then your number value, okay? Any questions? All right, I want you to turn to page 27. And my distance learners, or those that are absent, here is your homework. For those in class, you can start your homework now. Okay, remember, my goal is for y'all to have no homework in here. You leave at 9:55. 11 through 37 odd. Work on that now. You got it? And number 11 is a word problem. It's just like the one I discussed in the beginning of the lesson. But it's very basic. Watch your signs, watch what you're simplifying, and show your work, okay? Let's not skip steps. Go to your homework section and you can start.